Hey, it is an unstoppable day. Welcome to another episode of the Unstoppable Story Show. I'm your host, Terrence, the Unstoppable Coach with Unstoppable Coaching Services, where we help you focus more on what you're able to do and less on what's stopping you. We appreciate you for tuning in live today or watching us on the replay wherever you are over the globe. And today, I'm not going to be bashful. I'm not going to be ashamed. Today is a little bit of self promotion because your boy got the opportunity to be a guest on the Voice America Influencers podcast with my good friend Ken Rochon, founder of Perfect Publishing. Now, this show has a listenership of over thousands of people across the globe. And Ken Rochon is a fabulous man. He is inspiring. He inspires smiles. He inspires cheers. He inspires hope across the world with his Smiley campaign. You wouldn't believe how one little card the size of a business card can make the difference in the world. And that's what he's doing each and every day with his Smiley card. So I got an opportunity to chop it up with him a couple of days ago, and I wanted to share the video with you. We got a lot of insights into my story, into Ken's story, what it means to be unstoppable, and how you can get the tools, tips, and strategies to be unstoppable too if you join us in the next coming weeks at the Becoming the Best You conference. The Becoming the Best You conference is happening really soon, the February 17th through the 19th in St. Louis. You can go get your tickets over at comechangeyourlife.com, and you can see your boy live in person. I am the MC, and I also have a keynote speech during the 3-day weekend, along with 37 other speakers and thought leaders from across the globe, 16 breakout sessions, entertainment. We've got a comedian, we've got an award-winning band, and we've got a DJ experience that you just don't want to miss. So if you can make it to St. Louis, come on over to comechangeyourlife.com and get your in-person ticket. But if you can't make it in person, we got you covered as well. For just $45, you can watch the event live from the comfort of your own home or computer, wherever you are in the world. So definitely come on over to comechangeyourlife.com, meet your boy live and in person, get holy hugs and great handshakes, and most importantly, get inspiration that if you allow it, the tools, tips, and strategies that we're going to share this weekend are going to help you leave there better than when you came and on a journey to become the best version of you. So we're looking forward to seeing you in St. Louis. But right now, let's get into the discussion that we are having with Ken Rochon of Voice America Influencers.
7, it's usually 5 questions, but I'm going to try, because you are so powerful, I'm going to go for 9 or 10 with you. We're going to see if we can knock out 10 questions.
We'll make it happen.
All right.
In 32,
is 7 or 8. I mean, it's going to be a big, but I've never also let someone close out my segment with their being a sponsor. Do you know why I did that, Terrence?
Why?
Because you actually yielded to Brenda being a cameo for the first segment. That was not a cameo. That was actually a part.
Absolutely, because again, that mission is bigger than me. It's about her.
Yeah, but I just this was your show, and you really let it be a very, very big cameo. So I wanted to let you be a sponsor. All right. The person that heard her voice and said, "This is my life now." So
absolutely.
So I just want to, I commended Terrence on the break that he was so gracious to allow a cameo to actually be the first segment. So that only happens when someone actually sees the unconditional opportunity of showing someone else's light. I want to actually acknowledge somebody that I wanted to acknowledge in the first segment, and that is Renee Orzechowski. And she is the person who makes all these things happen. She's the one who gets these links out and just creates magic behind the scenes. You know, if you are a visionary and you don't have someone like Renee behind the scenes, you basically don't have shows. You don't have flights. You don't have hotels. And you look really, really bad. You look disorganized. So it is her birthday today, Terrence.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Renee. Happy birthday to you.
A great voice. I'm guessing I'm not the first person to say that.
No. And since it's Voice America, I might as well, put it out there. You never know. Stevie Wonder listening, reach out,
By the way, you would make him proud.
Thank you.
Being a DJ of 30 years. You know who was on the air today on Good Morning America?
Who?
They were talking about the hip hop museum being built in the Bronx.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the 50-year anniversary of hip hop.
Yep. Guess what?
What?
Grandmaster.
Oh, wow.
They had him on as the spokesperson for what would be considered the grandfathers, or the fathers, I should say, of hip hop.
Yeah, I saw the Grammys last night where they did that tribute all the way from 1973 up to today. Some fabulous.
Who was 73?
I don't know who the first person that they brought out was.
You know who I think the first person is? Not that I'm correct, but Sugar Hill Gang.
I know Sugar Hill was on stage, but they mentioned a specific person who really brought it to the forefront. And I got on hip hop late in life, so I wasn't there in '73. Even
I didn't either. I got on more like '79.
Okay, yeah, but definitely a lot of
well, I have the vinyl.
Hip-hop.
I have the vinyl of Sugar Hill. I have the vinyl of.
I had the 12-inch. Yeah, I've performed it in karaoke many times.
Michelle Mraz, when she wants to throw down, she'll do the whole 13 minutes.
Okay, all right. We can make that happen. In a couple of weeks.
You have to extend. You have to extend her talk because it can't just be. Do you believe it? She says all that, and you say, "Okay, we're done.
Right.
Time is up." Because each speaker gets about 15, 20 minutes, right?
20 minutes. But we can blend it in. A few lines here, a few lines there. Yeah.
That one is the magic of what you do with poetry.
Yes.
It's so good.
Yes, and that's what hip hop was. It was the poetry of our life.
Yeah,
it continues to be.
I actually got a little bit hit when I saw Grandmaster, because that is a long, long time ago, and I bought his stuff when I was. I don't want to say my age. I was like 50. I was 50 when I bought his age.
Yeah.
But anyway, the message, white lines, all that good stuff. So. You have a voice, you love music, and you are an amazing host, and you are a person that's very committed to people really being unstoppable.
Absolutely.
And you are in the Dose of Hope. I don't think I have that book handy, but you're in the Dose of Hope, and we just got Rudy Rudiger from the movie Rudy to be in Dose of Hope. So it keeps getting bigger and bigger. So I want the people to know, and when I say the people, I'm talking about the people of hip hop, and I'm talking about my audience, to hear who is Terrence Lethbridge.
Well, you know what? First of all, Terrence Lethbridge is a messenger, and I say that because for many years I didn't believe myself to be that. Because I'm in the Dose of Hope, but for many times I didn't believe I had a voice. I didn't believe I had anything to say that anyone else wanted to hear. Why? Because, Ken, if I were to get arrested and stand in front of a judge right now, you know what they would convict me of?
Tell me.
They would convict me of the crime of living an average life.
Right now?
Right now.
No,
because for the longest time, I was existing and not living. I was just going through the motions. I was like that hamster on the proverbial wheel, getting up,
Yeah,
going to
but
work.
Terrence, that's not true of you now.
That's not true of me now, but it continues to be a work in progress because it's very easy for you to go back to who you were instead of moving towards who you were created to be.
Yeah, but Terrence, I'm going to argue this point. I'm not arguing to be offensive at all,
Got you.
but I have to say, I have been to an inordinate amount of events. I mean, you're talking to a dude who did 2,500 weddings. Forget about all the events I did after I did weddings, but I've done 5,000 events minimum, and I met you because of Janelle Harris at her
Mm-hmm.
Exist magazine.
Mm-hmm.
All the people there were the most, on record here, recorded, the most proactive person of connecting, caring, and really wanting to stay in touch. I am typically not guilty of being the one that is second in that particular conversation. You said, Ken, let's have you on my show. And here we are 3, 4, 5 months later. It's because of how you come across. I wanted to make sure the show is very special and timely. But I have to say, you beat me to the punch, and it's very rare that can.
Well,
Most
thank
people,
you. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. But
you do
just
get
like
that, right, Terrence? You do get that I
I
am.
get I get that. Here's what I also get. Sometimes people can see things in you that you don't always see in yourself.
Mhm.
And for many of us, which is one of the reasons why we're putting on this phenomenal experience, we can't see the picture because we're part of the frame. We are still stuck in, I could get all the accolades in the world. Everybody could say, you are the cream on the top of my coffee, you are the icing on the cake, but I can still walk out of that room and sometimes feel like I'm the dough that was in the pan that
I got
never
one for you.
allowed to cake to rise.
I got one for you.
What you got?
You're the birth and day.
I love it. I love it. Let me throw one back to you. But I could look at myself and not see the light of day.
Right.
And so that's why becoming the best you is so personal to me because I'm on that journey to become the best version of me each and every day. And part of that journey is not going back to the person that never saw the light of day or never thought he was worthy to let his light shine. We throw this out a lot. It's not about the destination, it's about the journey. And I surely believe that because there is no destination called best you. When you look for that destination, it probably has a Mount Olive or a Mount Greenwood or a Sacred Heart because that's the cemetery.
Hey, Terrence.
Yes.
I know you wouldn't take this challenge of going back and listen to 200 or 300 shows I've done in Voice America, but I'm telling you, I've never, ever had so many records broken in one show. So one record is the longest cameo.
Uh-huh.
Number 2 is finishing a segment with the guest, having them say they're the sponsor. Like that's different. I promise you it's different. Like, that's different, right?
Mm-hmm.
But here's number 3. Number 3 is taking the people that were on the show and turn it into a sentence that is harmonious to actually having a life that you would only wish to have, if not want to have, if not need to have. Are you ready for this?
Go ahead.
Be the best you, Brenda, unstoppably and unapologetically, Terrence and Michelle, the amplified goodness.
Yes.
And that is the Keep Smiling movement. You get how
I get it. Let me add on to it.
Go
and
for it.
When we all do what we do,
this is going to be, Grandmaster is going to hear this and he's coming back. You know that, right?
Right. Yeah, he's going to put a rhyme to it. Because when we all do what you just said, watch this. We inspire joy and hope throughout the world, creating smiles wherever we go.
Say it again.
We inspire joy and hope throughout the world, inspiring smiles wherever we go.
Okay, I would actually, I'll just make one little alteration. We inspire joy, not pain, and hope.
Okay, you about to make me spit up my coffee on live radio, on live TV. Okay, I love it. And this is the banter that creates the experience that amplifies each and every one of us in what we are able to do. Because I'm not stopping your light, you're not stopping my light, but together we are shining bright in this segment. And hopefully everybody who's watching this live or in the replay, you get that.
All right, so we got the gospel happening here.
Yeah.
And you are definitely a preacher in the making if you're not a preacher already. So here's what we want to do. We want to take back the curtain.
Take it back.
We want to get a little vulnerable and let people know that you are not a luck piece. You are not someone that had the silver spoon. You are somebody that created themselves to be someone you're proud of and that you love and that you respect, that you would give the gift of who you are to the world. So that said, where were you born?
Chicago, South Side, baby.
South Side. And life was easy. Never had a hard day.
Wouldn't say that. Life was predictable. Life was placed upon me, not brought out of me growing up.
So Terrence, I have so much respect for you, and I see your soul, and I actually get touched. Okay, you're a cool dude. You're the real deal. I want you to be a little vulnerable with our guests for only one reason. I want people to understand that you created this, and I want people to understand that they can too.
Yes,
so
they
go for it. Can you share like a challenge or an obstacle or just a circumstance, whatever you want, that just lets there be some perspective that gap is closing all the time?
Absolutely. I said earlier, that I would have been convicted of living an average life. And that up till 2008, that's exactly what I was doing. But then I had a defining moment in my life that led to an unstoppable decision. Somebody better write that down because it's happening in your life or it's on the way.
Can I interject? Defining moment. Go ahead.
Defining moment. 2008, I lost my good government job. The job I had for 10 years, the job that paid for the house, the job that paid for my wedding ceremony, the job that paid for my 40th birthday dream car. All of that.
Can I interject one more thing?
Yes.
Then it kept you average. Go ahead.
Everything that I thought the average lifestyle was supposed to give me. And then I lost it. I got those 3 words that nobody ever wants to hear. You are fired. And it was like a Matrix moment. And everything came crashing down.
And Terrence, for the people that think that's 2 words, you're fired, it is 3.
It is 3. and they didn't, you want it to be 2 so it'll get over quicker, but no, they use the full concept, they use the full sentence, not the abbreviated one. Yeah. And so at that moment, I was angry, I was ashamed, I was embarrassed. I was angry because it happened. I was embarrassed because it happened in front of other people. I was ashamed because I had to go home and tell my wife what had just happened.
Who's your wife?
My wife, Sharon, 20 years devoted to this guy right here.
And family?
We got an 11-year-old dog named Sheba. That's our family.
Sheba better be listening because I don't think Sheba's ever been getting a shout out in the show.
Sheba was just here. She was like, you need to hurry up and finish this because I'm on the schedule, but that's a whole nother conversation. But listen, I was so beyond what life was at that moment. I had to have a conversation with God. No, let me take that back, Ken. I had a argument with God. I had a hollering match with God at 1:00 in the morning in my backyard. And I said to God, you said you would always be here for me. You said that you would change my situation. And I need you to change my situation right now because I needed to go from 180 degrees from where it is to where it needs to be. And he gave me one word, Ken. You know what that word was?
I did. No, that's 2 words. Sorry.
He gave me the word, which is actually 3 words in one, unstoppable. And when you break it down, the 3 words, the UN, which usually stands for not, usually stands for no, stands for those things that have said no to us, stands for those things that we do not have. And then there's that proverbial red STOP, stop sign, that keeps us stuck in the mud and stopped in our tracks. But he said this to me, don't focus on those first 2 words, focus on the last one, the ABLE. What are you able to do? Yeah, I took your good job away, but what are you still able to do? And that unlocked the door to the person that you see today, the person who before that time has become an author, the person
Know
who
the
before
books.
that time, the author of 4 books. I have 3 of them here. The first book, I love the word so much, I wrote a book about it called You Are Unstoppable, the 11 key attributes to living an unstoppable life. He not only took me into an author, he took me into a curator of books, of which the first book was the anthology series, You Are Unstoppable, Moving from Past to Purpose, where not only did I become an author, but I helped 8 other people from around the world become first-time authors. And then into the second anthology series called You Are Unstoppable, It's Never Too Late, where 6 other people, including the phenomenal Brenda Ringwood, shared their stories of how no matter how old you are and whatever your circumstances are, it's never too late for you to have more, do more, and be more. So
Can I add,
he's,
can I
go
add one?
ahead, add
It's,
one.
it's never too late to be great.
Never, never. Someone else has that title, but yeah, I love that. It's never too late to be. What I love about this book is we have people. It's never too late to find love. It's never too late to start a new career. It's never too late to believe in yourself. And then we had another powerful author in here, Michelle Franklin. She was dealing with mental health. And so she really brought the spotlight of it's never too late to change change your mind, change your mindset. So,
Terrence,
yes.
I was prepared to do this, but now it feels right to do it right now. You are certainly a leader, and you're certainly a coach, and you're certainly a person with the answers to help people get to the next level unstoppably and also powerfully. But your books, I would love to offer you on the air that if you choose, I would like to take them on a book tour, perfect publishing style, and I would like to redo them so that you can actually show up the way you really are. You are powerful, and you are not someone that is in the publishing lane, because I can see a way bigger and better book for you because of how powerful you are here.
Okay. Well, I
So
would love to continue that conversation.
we've talked about it before, and I just want to say on the air, you were so quick, man. I tell you, when you said I'll send you the books, they were in my house within a week, and I
Yeah.
thank you for that. What I will tell you is that there's this is not supposed to happen. The stuff inside is way better than the outside. If you get my So we need to get a campaign together and make that outside look as powerful as the inside.
Well, let's have that conversation.
You got it.
I love Oreo cookies because the good stuff is on the inside. But you got to bring it out so that people can see it. And I love, what I love about you is your smile, which is your whole mantra, is actually who you really are. And your smile brings out the smiles in others because it's authentic. And that's what I try to be, authentic.
Oh, you are.
Yes.
You are totally. And by the way, a little surprise for you.
Uh-oh.
I do this every once in a while, but because of the love, we have to show off your smile.
Oh, wow. Who's that guy?
What's cool is that was within minutes of meeting you.
Absolutely.
And at the event, I think you might have been, I think I told you, I said, please be patient. I haven't even fired my camera one time. You're the first at that event, and you were. Yeah. So it's so apropos that we wait so long to do a show that's related to Brenda and all the connections we're talking about here. I mean, Lauren Michael and and then Prince. Man, it's so crazy how many people. How did you meet Brenda?
I met Brenda through another phenomenal connection. I am part of this group called the Black Belt Speakers Academy, which is founded by the Honorable Dr. Reuben West.
Really?
Yes, he is my speaker coach, and we still do things together. And he is part of the Live Your Best Life movement that is now happening in Nairobi, Kenya. So Brenda just happened to come to one of the events, and that's where we met. And here's the thing about it, Ken. We didn't spend a whole lot of time together. Now, why is that important? It's important for someone who's listening right now to recognize you don't have to spend a lot of time with a connection when it's the right connection.
That's right. And by the way, we have that lovely rapid fire coming up real soon.
Yes.
I did want to show, is this Ruben?
That's Reuben. Absolutely.
And you know what I love about him is he didn't know me from anybody, and he got me. And then he stayed in touch with me. And I'm looking forward to having him on the show because he is actually a quality dude.
Well, you'll have that opportunity to make that happen. And here's the one thing, when I talk about connections, we actually connected before Lauren by being in the same room. So we connected with our energy, even though we didn't get the opportunity to personally meet. But I have followed you since 2015 when we met in Maryland.
Oh, my goodness.
But here's the thing. Sometimes timing is everything. And when we first was in the same space, it might not have been the right time for our connection.
Mm-hmm.
But a dream deferred is not a dream denied.
You ready to set a record?
We're ready. Come on.
Okay, because we got less time than most people get with rapid fire. So we're going to see if we can set it with almost only a minute or two. You ready?
Bring it on.
Book to change your life.
Book that changed my life. Delatoro McNeil, Caught Between a Dream and a Job.
Inspiring movie.
Inspiring movie. Unstoppable with Denzel Washington.
Unbelievable. Quote you live by.
Code I live by. Focus on what I'm able to do, not what's stopping me.
Who's your hero?
Martin Luther King and my mom.
Who would you like to meet you haven't met?
Stevie Wonder.
Favorite song?
Favorite song? Reasons by Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Amazing.
The long version.
Yeah, I know. You didn't say that part. That was too easy. Let's go with favorite place to go.
Aruba.
Place you want to go.
Thailand.
Black history hero.
Black history hero. My dad.
Question I haven't asked.
What's my favorite color? Which happens to be blue.
Okay. A serious question I haven't asked that you wish I had.
A serious question. Why do I do what I do? It's because he gave it to me to do and nobody else.
What's the biggest plan for this year? Quick.
The biggest plan for this year is to take BTBY movement around the country, bring it here to South Florida before the end of the year.
What's stopping you now that you're going to overcome?
Me and my fear, but I'm going to fight the fear and do it anyway.
Okay, since you're my co-host and you have been an amazing guest who is a host of the great, how do people reach you?
Reach me. Hey, you can go to unstoppablecoaching.com, or you can catch me on all social media under the tag Unstoppable Coaching.
All right. So you have been sponsored by the Keep Smiling Movement, Perfect Publishing, and Amplifluence. And we are so glad you are here to witness another person who is bringing life to leaders in community and hope. So, man, Terrence, you are my brother for sure. And I look forward to seeing you in a couple weeks in St. Louis. This is Ken Rochon on Voice America Influence Channel. We'll see you in a couple weeks. Stay amplified.
All right, great job, guys. Good show. All clear.